Hi friends, welcome to Aishudiy. Today we will learn how to make this beautiful earrings, pearl earrings, freshwater pearl earrings. So for this, tools wise, we need all these four tools: round nose pliers, wire cutters, tweezer nose pliers. You can also use needle nose pliers and nylon jaw pliers. And then we need a hammer and a bench block, and then what we need is some 20 gauge wire. I have here para wire. You can use any 20 gauge copper wire. And then I need 24 gauge wire. I am also having it in gold, 24 gauge, and then some 28 gauge wire. These are the wires that we need for this project. And I have here some 2 by 4 millimeter, I think, pearls, rice pearls. And then here these are a different kind of pearls, and I have here some of that. And let's get started. Gather your materials. So here I have some about, say, about 4 inches of wire, 3.5 maybe. I mean, um about 4 inches of wire. I have straightened this wire with my nylon jaw pliers, 20 gauge wire. This is, with this wire we'll make the hoop first. And first of all, what we need to do is, if you want, you go ahead and straighten your wire as much as you can. We need a straight wire for this project. So I'm eyeballing about 1 centimeter, and then making a bend to make a loop. And then I'm going to take my round nose pliers and put it over here, and then roll it towards you and make a loop. There we go. So here is our loop right here, and that's done. Now we need something round. I'm just using the same hammer that I have here, and then I'm just going to go ahead. The loop opening end is towards the left, so I'm just keeping that on the top, and then going ahead and wrapping it around this round form. You can use any form you have around the house which is round and which is about the size you want the earring hoop to be. It's a rather big hoop earrings, so when you take it out, you just don't open this part, just open this part and take it out. That way the front part will not be bothered. And now just go ahead and do this, and now I have one to match it kind of, so I'm just checking whether it is correct or not. So I'm going to go ahead and reshape it a little bit. Okay, so they are pretty much same. Now all I need to do is bend this a little bit towards the side, exactly where the other one is bent. If you are doing this first, you can adjust it like the way you want, and if you want, you can go ahead and reshape the thing nice and neat, and then take it off. And here we have our earring form. compare this. It's 20 gauge wire. It's pretty forgiving. You can actually bend it with your fingers. And now what I want to do is I want to just squish this a little bit. Take my bench block and then hammer it just so lightly. You don't have to hammer it really hard. Just hammer it a little bit, because as I said, you can even bend it with your fingers. So we just want to make sure that the frame is nice and strong for our earrings. And then let's just go ahead, and as you know, when you hammer, the loop will be open. So now close the loop, and here we have our binding ready, ear wire ready. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to snip this off a little bit, just about there. There we go. So now I'll take the 28 gauge wire. So about 6 inches or so is good enough. You don't have to have a lot. And then I'm going to start wrapping on the top. I have 5 wraps, and then I'm going to add 1 pearl. Drop it down. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep this on top of the wire and take it to the other side, and then just wrap it 3 times. Make it into a close wrap, and then add 1 more bead. We are going to add a total of, I think, 4 beads. There we go. Again, just I'm keeping it right on top of the earring form, and then I'm just holding it there with the wire, and then I'm wrapping it. And then 1 more. Do the same. If you want, you can scoot this a little bit up. Just make sure your wraps are consistent and right next to each other. And then ready for the last one. Add the last one. Then just scoot this a bit up. We have enough space. Wrap it until the loop is touching the wraps. And then once you're happy with the wraps, take it on top and then snip it off. That way you will not catch catch hold of it and then tuck in the tail. Okay, there we go. And then the short tail that we have here, just make sure you use your pliers because it's a short tail, and plus your wire is thin. Take it up and snip the excess off. Then tuck in the tail. There will be a short tail. There we go. So our earring frame is done. Now we need to add the bottom part. So for the bottom part, I'm using 24 gauge wire. I don't want to use the 26 gauge wire, and I don't want to go up to 22 or 22 maybe, but I don't have the bright gold in 22, so I'm just using this. For this, I like to work with the spool, but if you want to cut yourself, you cut at least 1.5 inches of wire. I will show you guys. I'll cut about 1.5 inch and then show you guys how to do this. And I would like to work with the spool as such, but just for the video purposes, I will do it. I have here 3 of these pearls, and these pearls have a hole in the middle like that. So bend it, make a loop, and okay, wrap the loop. 1, 2, about 3. Snip off the excess wire and add the bead. Then you bend the wire, make the loop, and wrap it. So if you have this much, your wrap comes out pretty good. If you don't have this much wire, then it's difficult to wrap it closely, nicely. So if you're comfortable with lapping less wire, then you can go ahead, take 1.25 inches of wire, and then so this is the first connection. Then we have to do 2 more. So I'll work with the spool directly. I'm just going to add the bead. Bend the wire 90 degree and bring it back. You form a question mark kind of a shape. Then go ahead, reposition your pliers, and before closing, make sure that you add the component that you already made. Because it's a 24 gauge wire, I'm making a wrap loop. If it is 20 gauge, you can get away with the basic loop, but I want wrap loops. With pearls especially, you don't want to miss them. So that's that. Then keep the pliers on top, bend it to 90 degree, reposition your pliers, bring it around, then you will form the loop. Then go ahead and wrap the loop. There we go. Snip off the excess wire. Okay. Now tuck in the tail. There we go. And then one more. This, if you want to cut, just cut a little bit. This much is enough. Bend the wire in the top part or whichever part. Make it into a U shape, just like that, and squish the U. This is how we make an eye pin with wire. Just make sure you squish this. It's a little bit tough with 24 gauge. Other case it comes out easily with other gauge. So now go ahead and add the pearl and take your round nose pliers, keep it, bend it, make it into a loop. Before closing the loop, make sure you add it to the other loop of the component. Hold it with your round nose pliers and wrap it away. When you're happy with your wrap, go ahead and snip it off. I'm making 2.5 to 3 wraps. Okay, there we go. We are done. All we need to do now is take our earring component, the ear wire, the big hoop ear wire that we made, open up the loop here, add the pearl dangle that we made, and then close the loop. Make sure it's nice and closed. And there we have our pretty earrings, pearl earrings, freshwater pearl earrings with 2 different colors and 2 different shapes and sizes as such. This earring really makes a nice nice effect to your attire, I would think. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos couple of times a week. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day.